also one of the punchlines, is when they come up with the vaccine. Problem, oh, coronavirus. Reaction, panic, save me. Solution, vaccine. So then the question comes, what's in the vaccine? And of course, because of the way everything's compartmentalized, very few people have to know exactly what's in the vaccine or what its effect is for a global vaccination program to unfold, where 99% of people involved have no idea what's in the vaccine and what its effect potentially could be. And it was kind of synchronistic, to say the least, that I did the interview with Gareth last Friday, and it was put on the site, and then very, very quickly afterwards, within an hour, 2 hours, this story broke. Israeli scientists say they will have coronavirus vaccine in a few weeks, which, of course, I was shocked to the core. I couldn't believe it, that Israeli scientists would have a vaccine in train for coronavirus, or this strain of it anyway. And there are other points around the world where they're also saying that they are working on a vaccine. As I said in that interview, I would be staggered, shivered to me timbers, if that vaccine wasn't already in place before this coronavirus outbreak, and that it's being held back for long enough to let the virus terrify as many people as possible. So when the vaccine is introduced, bingo, people will not only be demanding it for themselves, they'll say everyone must be vaccinated to save us all. And, you know, when you look at the synchronicity, not really synchronicity, of this Israeli vaccine, it comes out of an organization called the Galilee Research Institute. It was announced by government people. And they're saying that this is a week ago, it could be available for humans within 90 days. But where did it come from? And how? Why so fast? And what they say in this story is that they were testing some technology relating to viruses, etc. And they chose to use coronavirus as the one to test and prove the efficiency of the technology. And then, amazing coincidence, the coronavirus, which they say they were using to test their technology, prove their technology, broke out. And I'm just trying to find this one line. Yes, here it is. This is a spokesman for this group, biotechnology group leader, Dr. Chen Katz. And he said that they had chosen coronavirus as a model for our system, just as a proof of concept for our technology. And then there was an outbreak of that very coronavirus. And what Katz says is, let's call it pure luck. Well, let's call it not, if we've got half a brain cell on active duty. And when you then look around at what is happening and what is being suggested, you see that what I talked about with Gaz is happening. This is from Britain this week, and the Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who made a statement about the battle plan for coronavirus. Britons could be forced to put their lives on hold for 3 months on the coronavirus battle plan that would see troops on the streets, police ignoring minor crime, and patients turfed out of hospitals amid warning that 1 in 5 workers could go sick. Don't frighten the crap out of people or anything. And, in Britain, the British National Health Service, as it's called, the NHS, is actually on its arse in terms of being able to cope with demand. And this would really just take it on to another level with this coronavirus situation if it goes on as they say they believe it will. So we have this story. I'll just read you a few paragraphs from it so you get the gist. Britons could be forced to put their lives on hold for 3 months under this battle plan. Boris Johnson set out the government's blueprint to deal with a mass outbreak of the bug that includes a raft of socially and economically costly contingency moves as a last resort. Sporting events could be axed. They're already being so in parts of the world, like Italy. And social distancing strategy would see people encouraged to work from home to avoid unnecessary travel, while an army of NHS volunteers could be recruited to help ease the burden on the health service. As the number of confirmed UK cases, time of this report was published, past 50, it revealed police could ignore low-level crime and troops could be deployed on the streets if officers are incapacitated through illness. And people might, say, "Oh, well, what else can they do?" Well, that's open to debate. Okay. The point is they have the opportunity to do it because of the virus, because of the outbreak. And therefore, who benefits from the outbreak? No one, except those who wish to use it to impose a draconian, tyrannical, top-down imposition on the population. And of course, Big Pharma and whoever comes up with the vaccine. I've also talked about this event 201, which was 6 weeks before the outbreak became public in China. And this was a simulation by the infamous 1% Fest, or the World Economic Forum, along with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Just, if you want to know the different elements of the global agenda for humanity, then just look at the funding list of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, because you will find them all, basically, or most of them. And it's that organization led by Bill Gates who that is obsessed with vaccinating everybody worldwide for everything. He is in my view, Bill Gates is a very sinister piece of work. Anyway, this simulation played out 6 weeks before the outbreak. And the simulation was based on how the world would react to a coronavirus. Again, another amazing coincidence. And one of the things they talked about, you can see the clips from it on the internet, was how they had to control the information that people received about the virus, and how anti-vaxxers and such like, and people who were questioning the official story had basically to be silenced. And here we are, weeks later, with that actually happening. Just a coincidence, nothing to worry about. So we have this headline from, well, actually, as I speak, only yesterday. Mark Zuckerberg says Facebook will give the World Health Organization, a totally corrupt operation, by the way,